Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of Reporter's Notebook. For those of you who've maybe never seen Reporter's Notebook before, it's a really fun segment we get to do here at WNCT, where sort of usually towards the end of our work days, we get to bring in some coworkers in here to the digital studio and dive a little deeper into the stories that they cover for you guys each and every day and talk about what it's like to be a reporter here at WNCT, what it's like to be a reporter in general, a little behind the scenes here at Reporter's Notebook. So today I am joined by Miss Erin Jenkins here in the digital studio. How are you doing today?
I'm good, Emily. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's Friday. The weather is beautiful and cool. I am loving it.
I totally agree. I walked into my apartment this morning. I'm like, what? This is different, but I love it. I cannot complain.
I know. I've been telling everyone because my personal car does not have air conditioning because it's expensive to get your air conditioning fixed. And so I woke up yesterday and I walked outside and I was like, oh my God, it's like 70 degrees. I wasn't sweating on the way to work. It was amazing. So I'm absolutely loving it. I'm ready for this fall weather to transition in. And your story is perfect ahead of this weekend. We have Labor Day weekend coming up. So what is your story all about, Erin?
Yeah, so I just kind of wanted to dive a little deeper into some Labor Day travel tips for any of you that may be heading out of town this weekend, whether you're going west towards the mountains or going to the beach. Just kind of some tips to know ahead of the weekend and how to stay safe.
Definitely. And what are some of those tips? Who did you get to speak to and what do they recommend for this weekend?
Sure, yeah. So I talked to the NCDOT about road travel safety tips, and one of their tips of advice was just to make sure you give yourself plenty enough time to get where you're going so you don't have to be rushed. They did mention that today at 5 o'clock is kind of going to be the peak hour for traveling. So if you can maybe leave a little bit before that or delay until later this evening, you might have a better chance of missing some of that traffic. And, just some of the basics, just always, obeying safety traffic laws and that kind of thing. And then I also spoke to representatives at PGV and OAJ over in Jacksonville about some flying safety tips. And, they say, again, just to arrive like an hour and a half early before your flight, just to make sure you're good to go. And also kind of with COVID still in the midst right now, they said make sure you're still wearing your mask when you enter the terminal and when you're on board the airplane.
Definitely. And do they expect a lot of people to travel for this Labor Day weekend? I mean, this is really the first Labor Day weekend since the pandemic that things have been, opened up and people can go out and enjoy doing things. So do they expect a lot of people to really be getting out there and traveling?
Yeah, so the representative of OAJ I talked to, he said they expect a 20% increase from last year around this time. So they definitely see a lot more people kind of coming in and out of those flights, which is, exciting for a lot of people to kind of get out of the house and do something different this Labor Day. And the NCDOT said they're kind of seeing those travel numbers on the road pick back up to pre-pandemic levels. So people are out and about and ready to kind of get out of town.
Definitely. Well, just a reminder, like you said, Erin, be safe out there this weekend. Remember to follow those safety protocols that are out, in general every day, not even just for Labor Day. Watch those road signs, be careful of accidents, plan ahead, and of course, be safe with this coronavirus that's still going around. We're not out of the woods yet. This Delta variant is still going around and spreading very rapidly. So just keep yourself safe, keep your loved ones safe this weekend, and have a wonderful Labor Day weekend. If you see any of us out at WNCT, please feel free to say hi. It's going to be a really fun weekend, I'm sure. So thank you so much, Erin, for taking the time to join us and give some tips and tricks for being safe this weekend. I think that's really important ahead of this weekend. And we'll see you guys on another edition of Reporter's Notebook.